history class. It's me, Danielle, of course, and this is my grandmother, Irma. Today I'm going to interview her. She used to be a reporter, and I want to ask her about it. I think she's had a very interesting life.
Uh, Hello, class.
So, Grandma Irma, first question. You were a newspaper reporter, right?
That's right. I worked for a few newspapers. I was a foreign correspondent.
A foreign correspondent. Does that mean you worked in a lot of foreign countries?
That's right. I've been to, 30 or 40 different countries.
Wow, that's a lot. I really want to go to England. Have you ever been there?
Yes, sure. I've been there many times. I interviewed Princess Diana there in the 1980s.
You interviewed Princess Di?
Yes, here, let me show you. That's me in the corner. I'm a little small.
It doesn't even look like you.
Well, Danielle, that was 30 years ago. I've gotten older, and I've gotten a few gray hairs too.
So, have you met any other famous people?
Oh, yes. Well, I met James Brown.
James Brown? Really? He was a famous soul singer about 50 years ago.
He was famous 40 years ago too. I'm not that old, but he is one of my favorites. A lot of hip hop artists have used his music in their songs. You know how I love hip hop.
Yeah, I know. So, what was James Brown like?
Well, he was very polite and funny too. He was very hardworking and an amazing dancer. He practiced for hours every day.
Did you ever see him perform?
Yes, I did. I saw James Brown at the Apollo Theater.
Do you mean the famous theater in New York City?
That's right, the Apollo Theater on 125th Street in Harlem.
Cool. What was the show like?
James Brown was great. His band was great. The audience was great. We were all dancing and singing with him. Wow!
Grandma, our interview.
Sorry.
That's okay. Right. So, here's another question. Have you ever reported on a big historical event?
Yes, I have. I was in Germany in 1989. That's when the Berlin Wall fell.
Really? Grandma, wow. That was a really big change in history, right? We've studied that in class.
Right. I mean, that was the end of the Cold War. People were so happy. The people in East Berlin crossed the wall and celebrated with the people in West Berlin.
How exciting. And you were there to see it. Have you ever won an award for your stories?
Yes, I have. Actually, I won a Foreign Correspondent Award in 1989 for my story about the Berlin Wall.
What? A foreign correspondent award? That is really cool. That's a big deal. How did I not know this?
There's a lot you don't know about me.
I guess so. Okay, one last question, Grandma. Have you ever been on TV?
No, I haven't. I only work for newspapers.
Well, you are on TV now. Thanks so much for talking with us, Grandma. I never knew you had such an interesting life.
It was my pleasure. Maybe next time I'll tell you about the time I played basketball with Michael Jordan.
No way. Bye, guys. No way.